about 6 months ago, I was doing this, it was a pretty rough gig, and it came out that I was Jewish, and there were some guys at the back who were a little bit drunk and got quite abusive and shouting out like Yiddo and Kike, and I thought that I could appeal to them by utilizing Shakespeare's famous Jewish character Shylock in The Merchant of Venice. And I said to them, you know, if you prick me, do I not bleed? Let's just say they didn't think it was rhetorical. Probably didn't help trying to explain what rhetorical meant. Unfortunately, that's not the only time I've received abuse from mentioning that I was Jewish on stage. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and she was like, yeah, but Josh, you know, you're the one who brings it up, so what are you hoping to achieve? And I thought about it, and I guess what it is I really want to use my comedy to break down negative Jewish stereotypes, because I hear there's a lot of money in that. I conform to a few stereotypes. You know, I'm in therapy. The neurotic Jew. You know, it's nothing serious. I have a phobia of urinating next to men, which is called paruresis, which is actually Latin for tiny cock. And my girlfriend's very nicely been helping me out with my condition. You know, when we make love, she bigs me up sexually. Ooh, Josh. Your cock's so medium. There, right there. I'm pretty sure I can feel you inside me. She just bought a vibrator, and it hurt. I really didn't like the way she went about it, you know what I mean? Because she bought this vibrator, and she brings it home, unwraps it, and she starts running around the living room with it. She's like, you know, I don't need you anymore! I don't need you anymore! Guess who had to put in the batteries? I used to talk dirty when we made love. Now she makes me go bzzz. Faster! Bzzz! And this morning she called me Rabbit. I guess you could say that she's becoming a bit of a fascist in bed, you know. I call her Clitler. And, she's got the tash. Actually, I forgot to ask earlier, are there any other Jewish people here this evening? Just looking for a place to stay the night. It's great being a Jewish comic, you know. If people don't laugh, it's not because you're not funny, it's because they're Nazis. I'm a little bit obsessed with Nazis and the Holocaust, and, you know, I go on about it a fair bit, which is only natural, but my non-Jewish friends give me grief about it. They're like, you know, why don't you just get over it? It was 60 years ago. I had one friend who actually said to me, why can't you look for some sort of positive? Schindler's List is a good film. 6 million Jews, 7 Oscars, even with Best Picture. I don't know. I feel very secure that the Holocaust could never happen in England. You know, we just don't have the train system for it. At the end, there'd just be some Jews at Waterloo Station. looking where their watches used to be. Some people feel that the Holocaust isn't an appropriate subject for comedy, so I'd like to talk about Palestine. Or as I call it, Israel. A little political joke there. I don't know, I'm not much of a political comic. The closest I've got is a joke about September 10th, but... I do actually have a point to make about Israel. It's just, I don't know if any of you guys ever noticed this, but like every time I read a newspaper about Israel, they always go on about like the Jewish settlers. And it feels to me like they're insinuating that Israelis and Jews are exactly the same. And I'd just like to say, Israelis and Jews are very different, okay? Israelis, they're Israelis first, and they're Jews second. Jews are Jews first, and members of an international secret society controls the world's economy second. And Nazis.